Hi, my name is Rainey Strick, and I'm the Group Sales Manager at Strike and Reel. So many clients tell me that they knew they would have fun at their events, but had no idea how amazing our catering options would be. In fact, we offer full-service catering in-house that I dare to say is second to none, with so many options, including our Lone Star Barbecue, Italian spread, prime rib and salmon carving stations. Dining will be every bit as enjoyable as bowling and games. Chef Andreas, our corporate executive chef, will be joining me to share a few holiday dishes that you can make at home. Afterwards, I'll give you a quick tour of what your Strike and Reel holiday party will look like, where we do all the cooking for you. Hi everyone, welcome, and today we're making our famous signature jalapeno pops with Chef Andreas. Chef Andreas, thank you so much for joining us today. Please tell me what delicious menu items you have prepared for us.
Good to see you, Rainey. Today we're making the Strike and Reel jalapeno cheese pops. Easy to make at home for your family and friends.
Wonderful. Well, do you mind if I stick around to ask a couple questions and maybe get to taste that final product?
Absolutely not. Let's get started. So first, we need some cream cheese.
And is this going to be room temperature cream cheese?
I always prefer to have it in room temperature. It's easier to work with.
Okay, got it. Okay, so we've got our room temperature cream cheese.
Yes.
What's the next step?
We have some very fine chopped bacon, then very fine chopped jalapenos.
Okay.
We mix this all together.
And what ingredient is that, Chef?
These are breadcrumbs, just to make sure the whole mass will hold together and it's not falling apart when we start frying them later on. I use a fork to mix everything together, but this is a lot easier.
What if I wanted to add like some cheddar cheese to it? I know we've already got cream cheese, but is cheddar cheese going to do anything to this?
Yes, you can put cheddar cheese in there. You could blue cheese in there.
Okay.
You could fine diced brie or any kind of cheese in there, or goat cheese. And this just changes the flavor profile in this direction. So now here we have some sriracha sauce, about a tablespoon. We mix this all together. So now after you have everything nicely mixed, I use a little ice cream scoop for the consistency when we make the jalapeno balls, but they should be all in the same size when we fry them later on. They cook at the same time.
Oh, perfect. Okay.
So we roll them by hand a little bit, give them a form, and then set them in a flour dish. This is what we use later on when we bread them.
So now we've got our jalapeno pops all shaped, and so what are we going to do here from here?
So you have them all in the flour, roll them nicely, bring them into form and shape. Now we crack 1 or 2 eggs, whisk them, and take the jalapeno pops. Get rid of any excess flour. Make sure they're all round. So then you roll them in your eggs. Make sure they're all nicely covered and set them in the breadcrumbs.
And now we're rolling them again. Is that so that the breadcrumbs stick, or are we trying to get the excess off?
All the above.
Okay.
It's basically you get the excess off. You push the breadcrumbs a little bit in, and here again, make sure they're round.
So, Chef, I see you just cracked another egg. I thought we were done with the breading process.
No. I bread the jalapeno poppers twice.
Okay.
Just to make sure when we fry them, they're absolutely sealed off.
Okay.
And they're not running out. Well, at the end, it's only cream cheese.
So if anyone is ever having problems when breading something, the answer is to bread it twice.
Bread it twice.
Okay.
Then basically the hot oil crusts the outside before the inside gets warm and can ooze out.
Got it. Okay, that makes complete sense.
Jalapeno poppers are ready to go in the deep fryer. We have our deep fryer preheated on 350. They take around 2.5 to 3 minutes until they're golden brown. Okay, let me put them in the deep fryer for you.
I'm gonna wait here while Chef goes ahead and fries up the jalapeno pops, and I am already very excited about what these are gonna taste like. Okay, so the pops just came out of the fryer, and let me tell you guys, if these things taste half as amazing as they look, oh, we are in for a treat.
Here we go. After 2.5 minutes, they come out of the deep fryer. Absolutely perfect, golden brown. Now we make out of the ball a pop, skewer them with our little wooden skewers, set them on the plate, and add our famous jalapeno ranch dressing as dipping sauce with it. Just a little garnish here and there. And off you go. Enjoy.
Chef, these look amazing. Perfect. Thank you, Chef. I think I'll go and enjoy these. Why don't y'all come with me? We'll show you VIP. The most pressing concern clients have right now is how to come together safely and privately. While we are ready to celebrate the holidays, we want to make sure that we're smart about it. Strike and Reel is 90,000 square feet of bowling, fun, food, and movies. But did you know that you can have an exclusive private party in our VIP suite or your very own private watch party in our luxury dine-in theater? Let's take a look at our holiday setup in our VIP suite first. Follow me. You may reserve the VIP suite exclusively for your group with a dedicated serving team, private bowling lanes, and the banquet room. Your group can enjoy coming together safely. We are taking extra precautions to keep our team members and guests safe. Your dedicated team of servers will be wearing masks and gloves at all times. All touchable surfaces are sanitized before and during your party. A selection of sanitized bowling balls and shoes will be provided exclusively for your group. Catered menu items are now served individually portioned. Banquet seating is spaced comfortably in your private room. If you choose to incorporate a holiday movie into your event, we recommend adding a private watch party to the event agenda. We are here to address any concerns you have with safety, so please do not hesitate to reach out if you have any additional questions. Now let's get back to the kitchen and see what Chef Andres is working up for us. All right, so we are back with Chef Andres, and Chef, it looks like you've gone ahead and moved on to the dessert round. So what are you making for us today?
Yes, today we make everybody's favorite bread pudding.
I love bread pudding.
So for the bread pudding, we need some 2 or 3 day old bread. If we have Danish, never happened at my house.
You never find them at my house either.
You can use some Danishes. We all need to cut them in small square pieces. It's basically something you can do real quick at the house, and it's really easy to make. You just need some 2 or 3 day old bread, but it needs to be dry like croutons.
Okay, so what have we moved on to now that our bread is ready?
So the bread is ready, and you take the form you intend to use for your bread pudding and butter the form on the inside with some butter to make sure it doesn't stick.
Okay.
Okay, so now then you can take the bread and your Danish and fill the bottom of the pan with the bread and the Danish.
Okay, so we're going to mix the regular bread and the Danish bread together.
Yes.
For this part, okay?
But only one layer. But now, it's where the magic happens.
All right.
Now we have here raisins.
Okay.
We have some peanut brittle. We have some cinnamon chocolate. We have some dried cherries. And we have some semi-sweet chocolate.
Okay, perfect. I think the cinnamon's going to add a nice little zhuzh to this.
It will, it will.
Okay, Chef, so with the ingredients that you just mentioned, do we have to use everything?
Of course not. You can leave them all out, but just make the bread pudding that much more interesting. If you do not want peanut brittle, you can do hazelnut, toasted hazelnuts or almond. If you do not like cinnamon chocolate drops, leave them out. Use just raisins. You can soak the raisins in some rum or some scotch if you want. Makes it even more interesting.
All right.
You don't have to use cherries. Leave them out.
So this is the part where you can kind of make it what you want to make it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. If you like chocolate, put a little bit more chocolate.
Yeah, go ahead and add a little bit more in there.
There you go.
There you go.
You put your brittle in.
Perfect.
Your raisins. And now your cinnamon chocolate droplets. That's something I have never seen before. I just found them this year in the grocery aisle.
Well, that's going to be a perfect addition.
Yes, I mean, they're great. They're absolutely great. They're absolutely perfect in some hot chocolate as well.
Oh,
You know,
that is a very
if
good
you make
addition.
bread pudding and you have a little hot chocolate on the side, put them in there and
Let
perfect.
the magic happen.
Yes. So now after this is all done, we fill up the baking form with the rest of the bread.
Okay.
Press them down a little bit. then take some melted butter. This is where the flavor comes. Don't talk about calories now.
Okay, yeah, I think we passed that when we added
The chocolate and stuff? Yeah.
Yeah, that's okay.
Drizzle a little bit melted butter over it.
Okay, so Chef, do we have to use butter, or are there some alternatives that
You can use margarine as well. It's just a little dry if you don't use the butter. I always use butter, while butter is flavor.
Okay, Chef, so now our bread has the butter on it. What's the next step?
So we have 4 eggs here for 1 quart of heavy cream.
Okay.
We mix this together. This will be the royale we later on fill up the bread pudding with.
And that's why we need our bread to be 2 or 3 days old and a little bit drier?
Yes, yes.
Perfect, okay.
Basically, here we go. Here's the flavor. Now we have a little bit nutmeg.
There we go.
After your flavor.
Mm-hmm.
And a little bit ground cinnamon. And a little vanilla flavor. 1 tablespoon. And a cupful of sugar.
Oh, yes. There we go. All right.
And everything else, always a pinch of salt.
Ah, yes.
Now mix this thoroughly.
And there's where the magic happens.
There's where the flavor is. So now we fill the royale in the form.
Beautiful.
Try to do it evenly. And then with a fork, carefully press all the bread down to make sure
Okay. We're gonna make sure everything gets a little bit of that.
everything is covered. And you put a little bit pressure on the whole situation. That makes the bread pudding a little bit firmer.
Yep.
So now when this all is done and you see that everything is nicely covered, now you can take a couple of more
And layer
of
that
the
back
raisins.
in. Great.
and put a little bit more flavor on top. And nicer. The chocolate will melt when you serve the bread pudding later on warm. And if you keep it in the fridge for a couple of days, you just slice a piece off, pop it in the microwave for 20 seconds, get everything melting again.
Oh, perfect.
Make it warm, okay?
Absolutely perfect.
So basically, this goes in the oven now. Preheat your oven to 275. That depends on what oven you have. And set this in the oven. Cover it with aluminum foil for the first 10 or 15 minutes or half an hour. Depends on how aggressive your oven is. It can go up to 45 to 50 minutes. The bread pudding is done. When you go in the middle, take a fork and there's no more liquid in there. All the cream or the royale is done. Make sure that you keep it covered until you see it's almost done. Take the cover off and give it a little color on the top.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah. I wish you guys were here to smell this. The bread pudding has only been in the oven for about 15 minutes and it smells amazing. I cannot wait to taste the final product. Okay, we're back. The bread pudding is out of the oven. So chef, walk us through how we make this an absolute masterpiece.
Yeah, we can take a little piece, preferably square, triangle, round, whatever floats your boat. A little powdered sugar on top. And here we have some vanilla cream. To make real vanilla sauce is a little bit more complicated. So for the people at home, I take some Jello vanilla pudding, mix it with a little bit more milk, keep it liquid, and here we have your vanilla sauce. Enjoy.
2020 was a roller coaster. We're ready to celebrate the holidays safely and know that you are too. So give us the call so we can host your next exclusive private party here at Strike and Reel. It's so good.